MTG Buddies. Hello and welcome, buddies. My name is Scootsbug. Just ask my wife, she loves that nickname, and I want to be the first to welcome you to MTG Buddies. I am a relatively new Magic the Gathering player. I've only been involved in the game for, well, not even 6 months since November of last year, 2023, when I bought a couple of starter decks for my 8-year-old son and myself. And from the first game I played, I was immediately hooked. I knew Magic was a game I could play every day for the rest of my life. And lo and behold, you can even play online. So, of course, it didn't take long for me to make an MTG Arena account. And so, what I want to do is share my journey with you on becoming one of the world's most mediocre Magic players. Let's start off by taking a quick look at my account so you can get a feel for where I am right now. We'll open up the profile. Now you can see my constructed rank is Mythic, but don't let that fool you. I just hit Mythic a couple days ago. Well, a couple days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago or so. And I needed a handicap. I played Boros Convoke. But you know what? I had a good time. It was fun. And at the end of the day, we're playing a game, and I think that's what's most important. You can see my limited rank here is Platinum Tier 4. I was at one point Platinum Tier 3, and then I've been on a terrible losing streak. And at the time of recording, this is March of 2024, so we're in the middle of Murders at Karloff Manor. And I actually really enjoy this set. I've had a lot of fun, but I feel like based on my own abilities to draft and play, I have kind of hit a ceiling. So what I want to do is play a few games of Standard. I want to show you just how powerful Boros Convoke can really be. And of course I'm going to edit this video so you don't have to see all the downtime between playing cards, but I'm not going to edit the losses. One of the things that I find when I watch videos online of YouTubers playing Magic is, are they really winning all of those games? And where are all the losses? Well, I want to show you the losses because at the end of the day, I think it's a learning opportunity and it's just as important as the games we win. So we're going to play 3, 4, maybe 5 games of Boros Convoke. We'll see how long the games last. Before we dive into the game, let me go ahead and show you what this deck is. Now, of course, I needed a little help because as a new player, I don't necessarily know how all the cards work together. So I found this deck online and I made just a couple of tweaks. But at the end of the day, I think most Boros Convoke decks kind of run along the same line. The Convoke effect allows a creature to come on the board by not only tapping lands for mana, but also creatures that are already on the board. And one of the reasons that effect is so powerful is because when you play a creature, it normally has summoning sickness, right? Unless it has haste. Well, with this Convoke, you can play a creature without haste, it has summoning sickness, but you can still tap it to get the creature with the Convoke ability on the board. So that's really effective by, let's say, playing a 2 mana card like Resolute Reinforcements. This plays a 1/1 creature and another 1/1 token creature, and that's 2 creatures on the board. And so I can tap those to basically pay for 2 mana to get my Knight Errant of Eos on the board. Some other things that make this deck powerful: we have Lunarch Veteran for a little bit of life gain, Novice Inspector, and Voldaren Epicure, or as I like to say to my wife, Epicurean Delight. Well, they produce tokens. Now we can destroy those tokens with Gleeful Demolition. By destroying those tokens, it's going to put 3 1/1 goblins on the board. Well, that's 3 creatures, which again, I can use to pay the convoke cost for the Knight Errant. There's another really good creature here. We have Warden of the Inner Sky, and you can basically buff this by putting +1/+1 counters on it by tapping 3 artifacts or creatures. So if I had 1 artifact generated from my Novice Inspector, let's say, I could tap 2 creatures, maybe from the Resolute Reinforcement, to buff my Warden of the Inner Sky. We're going to play a few Caverns of Souls to help avoid any counter costs. Most of these creatures are humans. The only ones that are not are the Voldaran Epicure and the Goblins, but those are generated from Gleeful Demolition. The Goblins are not played directly from the hand. And then there's also Regal Bunny Core, but there's only one of these in the deck, and quite honestly, you could probably swap this out for, say, another Sanguine Evangelist, which has Battle Cry, so that's going to buff creatures +1/+0 whenever it attacks. Or maybe add another Imidane's Recruiter, absolutely a staple of these Boros Convoke decks. You could play another Anim Pakal. This is great because it's going to quickly generate a lot of gnomes if it isn't quickly dealt with, or perhaps a 4th War Leader's Call. Well, probably for you advanced players out there, you get the idea. For you new players, you're going to be on a journey with me. Let's go ahead and dive into some games. We're going to play ranked, and as I said, depending on the time these games last, we're going to be playing 3, 4, maybe 5 games. Either way, we're going to have a good time. I hope you will enjoy and laugh at some of the mistakes I will inevitably make. And remember, we're going to see the losses, not only the wins. This looks like a great hand. I got 3 1/1 creatures. I got 3 mana. I got Imidane's Recruiter. This deck can quickly spiral out of control, even if the hand you are playing is not the best. Remember, by playing the Lunarch Veteran first, every time another creature comes on the board, I'm going to get 1 life. I'm not going to block that. Of course, it has Menace. I wouldn't be able to, but I want to keep that Lunarch Veteran alive. But let's see what this card does. Sticky Fingers. It's an aura enchantment. Whenever this creature deals combat damage, create a treasure token. When the enchanted creature dies, draw a card. Okay, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and play 2 creatures. Yeah, we're going to get a life. We're going to get a 2nd life. And, alright, what's next? Oh, see, I don't think I have played against this deck before. What is Angel Fire Ignition? 3 mana, put 2 +1/+1 counters on the creature. Until the end of turn, it gets Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Haste. Wow. What a card. And it has Flashback. Yikes. So if you're not familiar with that, it just means you can play it a 2nd time. It basically is not technically in the graveyard. It's kind of in a form of exile. We just got the Knight Errant of Eos. So let's do this. I don't want to play that first. What I can do is play the Novice Inspector. That's going to leave me with 2 lands and 4 creatures. Of course, I get the life from the Lunarch Veteran. Now I can play the Knight Errant. So 3 creatures tap to essentially create the mana to play the Convoke ability card. Yikes. Well, Get Lost was paid for. And I can't do much about that. Let's play a Lunarch Veteran and an Imidane's Recruiter. It was these map tokens. No, it wasn't the map tokens. How do they pay the mana? What's the name of that card? See, I'm new. I can't even remember the names of all these cards. Oh, but look at that. There's War Leader's Call. Oh, no. I wish I had one of those. I could really use a land. If I can get a land. Okay. We're going to play Lunarch Veteran. Then we're going to play Imidane's Recruiter. And we're going to hit him in the face. For how much? So here's the power. I have one more Imidane's Recruiter. And that's going to put 7 creatures on the board that are all going to be hitting them for 2. So unless this player... Okay, so he's going to get lifelink for 6. That's fine, that's good. The treasure token. It's the treasure token that you sacrifice to make a mana. But he needs 2 to play Get Lost, so we won't be able to play that. Play with fire. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's see here. You know what I think I want to do? Because if I play the Imidane's Recruiter, that's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I won't be able to kill him. I think I want to put the 2 Knight creatures, the tokens, on the board first. I'm going to get 4 life from these Lunarch Veterans. I'm not going to attack. Now, the next turn, the idea is I'm going to have 2 more creatures on the board. And unless he puts 2 more blockers on, okay? I don't think that's going to be enough. They have nothing in hand. That's it. That's a win. So that's the power. The whole time I felt completely in control of the game. Now, the opponent only had 1 creature on the board. Not every game is going to be that easy. And I don't mean to make it sound like that's easy, but I wasn't stressed. I felt like I was going to win the whole time. Let's play another. All right, Daniel. Let's see here. Oh, no 1 or 2 mana creatures. That's not ideal. That's really not ideal. Having both Aneems is pretty great, but I think this deck, I think it's just too slow. I think this hand is too slow. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's get rid of... I'm going to get rid of an Imidane. Yeah, I think that's fine. See, they're playing, I bet they're playing mono red aggro. My first hand was so slow, I think I was going to be run over. I need to get creatures on the board. I need a little lifelink from the Lunarch Veteran. What are they going to play? A Phoenix? That's my guess. No, another Kumano. Okay. So let's play the... Okay, watch the power here of these cards. So I play the Epicurean Delight. It has Summoning Sickness, creates a token. I'm going to play the Warden. And I'm going to tap 3. I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter on it. I think that's fine. That's good. I have 4 mana, or I have 4 lands. So I'll keep that bunny. You'll see the way the bunny works is the power and toughness is equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. So how many do I control? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, of course, itself, that would be 5. Okay, that's all right. Now, instead of the bunny, I could play the Knight Errant. Which one do I want to do? I think I do want to play the Knight Errant. Let's go ahead and get that on the board. You'll notice one of the nice side effects of this card is because I tapped 2 creatures, I can pull up to 2 creatures from my deck with mana value 2 or less. I'll pick a Warden, and I'll pick Resolute Reinforcements. So far, so good. Ren's Resolve. I made a mono red burn deck where it focused on casting a lot of instants and sorceries and doing damage that way. And Ren's Resolve was certainly a staple of that deck. And I thought it was a lot of fun, but I felt like it kind of dropped off in terms of power as I climbed the ranks, and so I decided to play a different deck. All right. Well, okay. That seemed a little premature. Maybe they got annoyed by how long I was taking. I don't know, but that's 2 wins. Let's play another and see how it goes. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I know I certainly am. It was a good day at work, although I miss my kids terribly. They're traveling right now, and I love being a dad. It's hard to be away from them. Magic is what keeps me going when I don't have an opportunity to play with my kids. I wonder how many of you are mothers and fathers as well. All right, no 1-mana creatures, but I think that's going to be okay. Here we go. See, I don't feel bad playing Boros Convoke because so many of the decks I play against are mono-red aggro. Okay, watch this. Novice Inspector creates a token. Gleeful Demolition creates 3 more 1/1s. I could then play Case of Gateway Express and do 4 damage to any opponent creature, not that they're going to play a 4-mana creature or a 4-power creature. They do play a 2-power creature, though. If I get another land, I'll end up playing the Anim Pakal, though. I would prefer to get a land. That's really good, too. Okay, let's go ahead and attack. We'll play the Resolute Reinforcements, and hope I get a land next turn. Do I block? Do I double block the 2/2 Kumano? Probably not, because they might have... Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting a Planewalker on turn 3, but here we are.
So you might as well give up already.
Add a red mana, deals 1 damage to target player or Planeswalker. No big deal. Exile top card of the library. If it's red, you may cast it this turn, but he's tapped for mana. Okay. If a creature dealt damage this turn by a source you controlled would die, exile it instead. If I get a land, I will be kicking myself for blocking. And I want to kill Chandra. I'm not going to block. I want to be able to get the Planeswalker off the board. This is great. Here we go. We're going to play War Leader's Call. We're going to kill the Planeswalker. And we're going to hit him for 8. And they're already down to 8 health. Looking pretty good so far.
Party's over.
He says, oh, party's over. The party is ogre. 2 Kumanus. So they've played 3 so far. That is something. One of the things I love about Magic is the artwork. Take a look at Izoni here. I just have always loved the artwork. From even when this game first came out, before I even started playing, you know, in the 90s. I've only been playing for 6 months, so the game is, what, 30 years old? But I've always loved the artwork. So there you go, 3 wins. What do you think? Shall we play one more? Let's see the power of Boros Convoke. Okay, I'll take my money. Let's queue up. Bone Thugs and Henry, not in Harmony. Okay, this is You know, I wish I had a second mana, but I don't. However, I have 4 1-mana cards I can play. I'm going to keep it. Why not? Okay, there we go. I might get run over if I don't get another land. Yeah, that's not ideal. This might be it, buddies. This might be it. Can't win them all. You can try, but you won't. Won't block. Okay, another land. That's Surveil. No, I want another land. Let's play the Novice Inspector. At least I'm going to have some lifelink coming my way. I'm going to need it in this battle. So the way the Case of the Uneaten Feast works is every time a creature enters the battlefield on the opponent's side, they're going to get 1 life. And if they gain 5 or more life in 1 turn, then the case flips and they can sacrifice it and pull a card from the graveyard. Hopefully they don't gain more than 5 life. Okay, this looks really good. So let's do this. We're going to play Warden. We're going to play Warden. And then we'll play Gleeful Demolition. And I'm not going to be able to block them. So instead, what I'm going to do is buff each one of these cards. At this point, I do not want another mountain. I would prefer War Leader's Call. I would prefer War Leader's Call. This could be good as well. I can get one of their cards off the battlefield. If they attack with both, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, there's Sticky Fingers again. What set does this come from? What is that insignia there? Let me know in the comments. You know, I'm new. I don't know all that. Okay, so we're gonna do Case of the Gateway Express. We're gonna destroy that. Incredible, isn't it? Boros Convoke, buddies. Boros Convoke. What a deck! How fun is that? Okay, so that is unedited, 4 wins, 0 losses. How long did that take? Not even 25 minutes. If you're not a believer in Boros Convoke, definitely check it out. Next video, let's try something else though. We want to keep it fresh. We want to have fun. And one of the most fun things about Magic is just trying new decks and experimenting. Well, that's it for today. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time.